Well, here we are again, talking about movies. Hi, folks. I am back, and I'm ready to talk about one or two things about what I like, what I collect. Now, as you know, if you've watched this channel, I two things I do is play role-playing games and watch movies. I've been watching movies longer than role-playing games, and I have a rather nice collection, I should say. Something like, what did it say, 2,300 titles, I think. I'm not sure. But anyway, as a collector, I like to collect what I like to collect. And a lot of them are movies that I've seen that I really like that I want to own. Now, my collection, that it goes goes with most everything I've collected, but there are exceptions. I collect what I like, and I try to keep blind purchases to a minimum. I say that because I have one section of my collection, as you know, the Grindhouse collection, which has a lot of movies I have never seen that are in either public domain or they got a license from this company that I cannot recall, which recently, I believe, got purchased by another company, which I'm sorry to see. I don't know how to get them. Let me stand up for a minute and look to refresh my memory. Uh huh. Uh huh. Yes. Mill Creek. Mill Creek, I've got at least a shelf and a little more of them. So I've got like tons of them. I like because this is the section of my collection. I like to pull out every once in a while and find something. And what I'm looking for is diamonds in the rough. And I enjoy doing that. I've even got a record, I even got a spreadsheet keeping track of where they are, which discs they're on, and if I watch them or not. Because at that point, I can't keep track unless I have something like that. And yes, there's a lot of repeats on there, but that comes with the territory. What are you going to do? But anyway, well, I want to talk about the other part of my collection, the other movies that I like. And I also want to talk about movies I don't like, mostly. Okay, first of all, let's talk about collection stuff I like. I, yes, I got into DVD, I got into Blu ray, I've also got into 4K because I have a 4K setup now. So I have a smaller selection, but I do have them. Um, and I tend to, like I said, I tend to buy stuff I like, and not things I don't like. I mean, you're not gonna find any Japanese, very little Japanese action shows or other things like that. I want to talk about movies I've seen that I don't like because and I want to tell you why I don't like them. And they all fall into this one category. And I'll tell you about the one category in a minute here. They fall into the three movies I am talking about. First two, I don't have. The World According to Garp, and the other one is Being John Malkovich. And the third one I do have that I am looking to get rid of is this one, The Day of the Locust, that I got off of Arrow. I don't really consider this a blind purchase. I don't know. But here's the thing. They are fine movies they are fine movies, right off the bat. I can see that. They were made well. they star people, have actors I do like, and they're playing characters. And the performances, see, the funny thing, the performances are really good, okay? I just don't like it because after I watched it, the whole thing, I don't know, it left a bad taste in my mouth, is one way to say it. I just didn't like it. The reason I bought this one is because I remember when this came out in 1975. That's the year I graduated high school. And I had never seen it. And I always wanted to see it if it was any good. It was a period piece, 1930s. I like that kind of stuff. And it stars people like Karen Black, Donald Sutherland, uh, William Atherton, Burgess Meredith, Billy Barty. I like all these people. And I like the character. I thought the characters they were playing were fascinating in a certain extent. But it left a bad taste in my mouth because I didn't like any of these characters. The same with Garp, same with John Malkovich. I just didn't like the characters, and the end of the movie just like, yeah. I don't know. And it was made well by professional people. That's the thing. So, like I said, they're not always winners for me, but I do manage to keep the ones I don't like out of my collection. Live and learn, I also want to talk about what type of things I want in my collection. If I've replaced movies, I've replaced DVDs with Blu-rays. I do that as much as possible because as I love DVDs, but I always think Blu-rays are sturdier. They'll last longer than regular DVDs. And so whenever I can, I'll replace them. Like right now, there's at least one Criterion Collection DVD I want to replace up there with a Blu-ray or a 4K because they're more durable. And also there's collections that come out where it has stuff I don't want. I mean, that's like the Grindhouse stuff, but that was built into that. But I'm talking about movies I really like. Chinatown came with the second movie. I've seen the second movie. It's not bad, but I'm probably going to watch Chinatown more than anything else. And there's collections that have come out where you buy the separate one, then they come in a collection or things like that. I really don't care for them that have 4 action films. There's 4 different action films, stuff like that. I don't care for that kind of stuff. I like themed ones, like I have the Randolph Scott ones that he did, and those are fine. The other things that I have that I can't really think about right now. And as far as that goes, double dipping, I find is just, it's a thing, but I try to keep it down minimally. If I'm going to buy something that I've already bought in a different format or something like that, it's got to offer something the other one didn't. And sometimes I buy them and the other one has the original DVD, sorry, I keep saying DVD or Blu-ray has something that the other one didn't have. So I keep it. One example would be Coraline. Coraline I have as a Steelbook, 4K, and a Blu-ray. The reason I keep the Blu-ray is because the 4K looks great, but the Blu-ray also had the regular film, but it also had the 3D version with the glasses. So I kept it. Okay? So I'll do that. But then there's stuff that comes out, like I said, they're coming in collections where it's like, then they'll come out with like bigger collection. I'll go, I don't care. I want to keep this because I don't care about the other films or whatever. And believe me, I'm a completist. I like being a completist, but some things are just not worth it. For instance, Pirates of the Caribbean. I have the first 3 films. I don't have the other 2. Didn't want the other 2. because I like the three. And it also came. I also found this at one of the secondhand books, two books that have that had somebody sold this collection that came out in 2011, and it's like it's so beautiful. I don't want anything else. It's this one. It's the three originals, and it's great because it comes in a fake book. See, like this, which has the pirate code in it. And the pirate code is glorious. It's got like about 5 pages about the pirate code, but there's the movies in there with the movies and the supplemental discs like this. Here's what it looks like inside, etc., 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 etc. Like so, okay? But here is Jack Sparrow's pirate compass. But what that pirate compass is you open it up and it's another Blu-ray with extra stuff on it. So I've got all that stuff. There's all the fun stuff to play with and read about, and it looks great on my shelf. That's all I need at Pirates of the Caribbean right there. Okay? Got it? Good. See, that's the kind of thing. So, as a collector, sometimes you got to be selective and decide, okay, I got what I want with this. I don't care about the 4K on that. As the 4K, as I've been getting 4K, less I've been caring about them sometimes, because I've got, like I said, I've got my 4Ks up there. They're nice. They're beautiful. But like I said, that's the kind of thing. It's beautiful. It looks great on the shelf and everything. That's all I need. So that's kind of what I wanted to make the video about, was what do you collect and how do you keep your collection? And that's pretty much how I want to go about it. I think I have a great collection. I'm got box sets over there that I love, that I wouldn't even give up. Heck, I've got I've got all of the Dick Van Dyke Show in one big box set, the Red Green Show, the first Avengers, the Marvel, the first saga with the Shield, suitcase with everything and it's wonderful. And this is the kind of stuff I'm looking for. I can be incomplete as what I want, but I'm not going to go fanatic about it. I'm not going to go like, oh my God, this film is so. Even Chinatown, my favorite film, I don't care if it's in so many formats. I got the one I want. I want the one I need. Okay, that's good. It looks great. I'm happy. That's the way you should be. Anyway, that's about all I wanted to tell you right now. I hope that helped for something. I don't know. I just felt like spouting off about it. But anyway, folks, I will see you next time. Bye-bye, and take care.